Hello everybody and welcome to the first episode of the Tattooers Review. My name is Ronald Wilson and I'll be your host. There's many companies out there selling needle cartridges these days, and it seems to be the way that the industry is going. Now, what is a needle cartridge? For those of you who don't know, it's a needle grouping within its own tube tip. They come in little blister packs, already sterilized, usually in packages of 20 from the company. So as opposed to your conventional needle setup, cartridges take a lot of the guesswork out of setting up your tattoo machine. Also, you can set up multiple needles for one machine. It's plug and play. Click in one, say your liner, click that out when you're done lining, click in a shader or a mag, and you're good to go. Saves you a lot of time in setup. The quality control on some of the brands of these cartridges are fantastic. Some are not so. The first one I'll get into is the one I have preferred for a while, the one I like. It's kind of tried and true, and that's GTECH tattoo, GTECH device. They produce a full line of tattoo cartridge needles, as well as tubes that fit for cartridges, and various other things. They're a Chinese company out of Canada. They're very good. Their delivery is on time, usually quicker than I expected. Shipping is a little expensive because it's coming from Canada, but also when you buy Canadian, I'm buying in American dollars, so everything is a little cheaper than the Canadian price, just because of the exchange rate. And overall, I've had zero problems with this company, and I've had very few bad needles come out of their boxes. Maybe one in every 30 or 40 that maybe spits or doesn't suck ink well enough. But overall, generally very satisfied with this company. Now, there's definitely a lot of different cartridge manufacturers on the market today. Like I said, I think this is the way the industry is going, and a lot of people think that way as well. This is becoming a large market. One of the industry leaders in cartridge technology, and probably, I'm not sure the first to do it, but I want to say the first to do it, is Cheyenne. Now, Cheyenne is a German company, so Cheyenne produces an entire line of tattoo machines that are just for cartridges. Now, if you don't use Cheyenne cartridges with those machines, they will void the warranty on those machines. And they say it's because their cartridge has a membrane. It prevents the splashback, which could ruin the mechanism within the tube that lets you adjust, or even the mechanism within the housing, the motor, which propels the tattoo machine. Cartridge tattoo machines are for another episode. We're going to stick pretty much to cartridges. But I don't really like that about Cheyenne, especially because I run a Cheyenne machine. And Cheyenne cartridges are at least $1, if not more, expensive per needle than most other companies. But like I said, there's a lot of other companies on the market. There is a lot to choose from. So I'm going to go, like I said, I'm going to review the 4 that I've used. I've used GTECH, which I really like. I've already explained that. I've used Cheyenne. I don't really like them. I think they're a chintzy-made needle, despite the membrane that they put in there. When you go to wipe the tips pull right off. I don't know if that's by design, but if it is by design, that's a poor design, guys. When I've got to put the tip of my needle, the plastic part of the tip, back on my needle after I wipe the first time from clearing ink out of my tube, I don't want to have to waste that time. Why do I need to have that? I don't need to have that. It's just ridiculous. also them being more expensive, and just the way Cheyenne does business. I don't really care for their cartridges. I've used the Slotlocks. Now they're a cartridge produced by Kingpin Tattoo Supply, and I don't know who is at the head of the quality control department when it comes to these cartridges, but you're not doing your job, buddy. They're not very good cartridges. They're very chintzy. They're stiff. The rubber bands break constantly. They just seem very poorly made. They don't suck up ink very well. I get a lot of spit on a lot of them too. The open face, which I don't really care for an open-faced mag. Some people do. But the open face when it comes to the Slotlocks is just ridiculously poor quality. The needles are always way up or way far apart when all you want is kind of a decently tight mag. I just have to say I give them a complete thumbs down for their cartridges. They're just poor quality, and I don't recommend that you use them, especially when they're the same price as GTECH. Now, last but not least is Needle Jig's Legacy cartridge that I've used. I think they're a fantastic cartridge. Absolutely on par with GTECH, and definitely hands down better than Cheyenne or the Slotlock. They're clear, which lets you know when they're clean or how much ink you have in them. And also, I feel like there's a bit more of a throw coming off them. The absolute tip is shaved down at an angle, which I like. And they're very loose. They're nice. The needle groupings are perfect. I use a lot of standards. I don't use a ton of bug pin stuff and whatnot. But you know, I've found that all the needles that I've used from them have been really good quality. Another thing about Legacy that I like, and this is just personal, is the fact that they're American made. And I'm not a xenophobe, man. I like quality wherever it's made. So I don't really care. But when something's quality and it's American made, I'm going to buy American. Call it patriotism. And also they're right over the border with New York and Massachusetts. So shipping is going to be less expensive, and it's going to get here quicker for me. So for me, the quality, the fact that they're American made, and their shipping is less expensive and they get here faster is just, I mean, it's win-win. That's a hat trick of wins. It's in mass. It's wicked winning. That's so retarded. Anyway, I would recommend these needle cartridges to anybody. All right. I'll leave links in the description to all these companies down below, and you can buy some from any of them or all of them and do your own testing. But I really think Legacy or GTECH is the way to go as far as price, quality, and on time. But again, this is opinion. This is my first attempt at this. If I got anything wrong, which I'm sure I did, leave your comments down below. I may read them, I may not. I'll give credence, to people that prove me wrong. I'll do my research. I try to do my research, but this is really just my opinion. So don't give me too much grief. Like I said, my name is Ron Wilson. I've been tattooing for 12 years. I'm tattooing at Artistic Point in Ithaca, New York, and I'm having a blast. I love this stuff. I love tattooing. I love the art. So I just want to, this is me giving back, throwing in my 2 cents. I hope to have a lot more stuff in the future. My next video is going to be a review on Paradise Tattoo Gathering, which I and the shop went to. I got a lot of cool things from. So guys, if you found anything in this video informative, or if you liked it, please like and subscribe. much thanks to the artistic community and all the people that have helped me out along the way. More good stuff to come.